These areas between, again, about noon, 1 o'clock through 9 o'clock, the threat should be over. Along the I-65 corridor, we think between about 2 and 11 o'clock is when the threat will end for places like Coleman, down toward Fultondale, Gardendale, Alabaster, Helena, Montevallo, and then down near Clanton, Jemison, Thorsby, back through much of Bibb County too, West Blockton, Woodstock, 6 Mile, Ashby, and those areas. And then East Alabama, we think around 3 o'clock for the start time, and then ending early on Sunday morning by midnight or 1 a.m. for places like Weiss Lake, and then down toward Jacksonville, Oxford, Ashland, Millerville, back through Sylacauga, Talladega, Mumford, up through Lincoln, and then back through Pell City and into to Cook Springs as well. Meteorologist Jordan West can talk a little more about the hazards, kind of walk us through what we think the radar will look like as we head through this event this afternoon.
That's right. And I think the main threat for today and this afternoon, evening, is the tornado threat. We could see violent tornadoes and even long track tornadoes, and that just means a singular tornado can impact more when it's on the ground. Next, we have those damaging winds anywhere between 58 up to 70 miles per hour. And some of those most dangerous severe thunderstorms that we see this evening, we've already seen some localized flooding in Coleman County where that flash flood warning was in effect earlier. We could see some more of that mainly in North Alabama too. And then the potential for some golf ball sized hail, a high risk for that as well. So as we progress through this evening, any supercells that do form out ahead of the system could result in some of those severe weather parameters that we just mentioned. This is noon, so right about now is where the atmosphere is starting to become a little bit more unstable. We were just looking at the temperatures with Stephanie, and we're seeing the temperatures in the 70s and even the 80s. That warm, moist air coming in from the Gulf as this jet stream comes up and pushes that air into Alabama about 5,000 feet in the air. That's going to help fuel the storms that come in from the west and push eastward. This is 1 p.m. I think this is when we start to see a few of these isolated cells come in from the west, impacting Marion County, Franklin, Lamar, down to Fayette, Pickensville, even parts of Greene County as well. And this is now 3 p.m. Saturday, so in the next few hours, some of these cells will start to strengthen. Some of these will get ready to pass the Birmingham metro area. This model is trying to do its best to kind of pinpoint where these cells are going to be, but the reality is we don't know exactly where they're going to land, but they can and will produce some severe weather with them. And you'll notice that some of these cells start to grow in nature as you work our way into 4 p.m. with that line of storms and clusters of thunderstorms that could also produce severe weather back off to the west of Mississippi. By 6 p.m., this is when I think we'll have the greatest potential of severe weather all across Alabama. That's where we see the most coverage of storms, most of which, or at least some of which, will be severe in nature, producing those strong gusty winds, the hail, the potential tornado threat too. This is 7 p.m., a very similar situation. Things don't really start to die down until we get into 11 p.m. and closer to midnight. That's when the strongest thunderstorms move off to the east and head towards Georgia, and we're left with scattered showers, maybe the occasional rumble of thunder. I think the severe weather threat dwindles significantly by midnight, and then we are completely clearing out of here by 3 a.m. Sunday tomorrow morning. I do also want to mention that the Weather Prediction Center has outlined a moderate risk for flooding for extreme North Alabama. This does include Coleman and Boaz, where we saw that flash flood warning earlier. That risk weakens as we move further south. So we'll have to watch out for some flooding. I would recommend staying home. Remember, turn around, don't drown. But I think people should really just try to stay indoors as we move through the next few hours or so and just avoid being outside with severe weather that's coming in. Sunshine next week, but again, I want everybody to focus on the fact that today is an alert day. That means at times the weather could be life-threatening. So when a tornado watch is issued, and we could be seeing that happen soon, you should go ahead and head to your safe place. So if you're in a manufactured or mobile home and you see that tornado watch notification, I would go ahead and head to the shelter. You can sit outside in your car and ride the storm out in your car. But the moment that warning is issued, if the warning is issued, that's when you head inside. If you know someone who lives in a manufactured home or a mobile home and you have more of a sturdier home and even a basement especially, call them and say, hey, why don't you come spend a night over here that's what we want to see happen, because some of these storms are going to produce some pretty powerful tornadoes. That's not to scare you, it's to prepare you.